Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO DC Comics Superheroes review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 6864, Batman and the Two-Face Chase. This set includes 531 pieces and originally retailed for $49.99 when it released January 1st of 2012. This set and all of the DC Comics Superheroes theme celebrates its 10th anniversary this year in 2022. Whether or not LEGO will actually be doing anything to celebrate, we'll have to wait and see probably over the summertime because they can really do it whenever they want to. Maybe we'll see something in March, who knows, we'll have to wait and see. But getting right into the box art for this set, most notably, this is a DC Universe superheroes set. Back when they had it as Universe instead of Comics, they later on changed it and now it's currently just Batman. We'll see if that ever changes down the line in the future. Get that yellow off the side for your regular stuff. Minifigures at the bottom, comic book included. I don't know if I'll be able to look at that or not. We get your Batman logo at the bottom and also your classic blue Batman up there for this particular wave, though we get a black one in this particular set. Moving on to the back and also just taking a look at that side art right there where you see Superman. I mean, I wish that they would do more like other superheroes instead of Batman in the future. But this is a Batman review, so we're going to talk about Batman. From the back, we get a small advertisement for LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. That's a pretty fun game. I remember that being all the talk where all the minifigures were actually talking instead of grunting, the very first game with the talking minifigures. We get a bunch of action shots showing off the Batmobile, the bank included, and also Two-Face's vehicle, which I'll talk about Two-Face and that whole situation, why I don't like it, once we get into our minifigure selections. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for the box, so let's just take a quick look at the instructions and the comic if I can find it. Looking at the instructions, we pretty much mimic the front of the box. We get two instruction manuals for this particular set. The back of the first one features your win guy, and you can flip right open to a transition to book number 2. Book number 2 again mimics the front of the box. Very back you get a LEGO Club advertisement. You can fill that out to get a LEGO Club magazine back in the day. Piece count for 2 pages, leading on to some advertisements and also some larger pictures just showcasing all of the details based off this particular set, which we'll get into when we actually look at the review. Well, actually, it doesn't look like we have any advertisements, which is a little disappointing from the instructions. So yeah, if this doesn't transition to a look at the comic book that's supposed to be included, we'll take a look at our minifigure selection. For our first minifigure, of course, we have to get Batman in this set. This version is not exclusive, also coming within the 2012 version of the Batwing. Surprisingly, the cowl, the head, and also the torso piece is still being used in sets today, 10 years in the future, which is just ridiculous. I mean, I would love to see them update them, and I mean, they have tried, though. I mean, none of those have really sticked as well as this one. Maybe we'll get lucky this year for its 10th anniversary. They should do something special, but odds are they won't. We get one accessory of a Batarang. As I said, you know, the torso and the head, and also the cowl piece there have been used over and over again. You have that unhappy look from the front, and then a happy smile grin from the other side. You get that white band, so then you get the white eyes through the cowl. Cape piece is not the felt type, it's the regular one that we saw all the way back in the day. No leg printing, no arm printing. Though we do get back printing if you like that kind of thing. You can flip up the cape to take a better look at that, where you see the other side of the belt. Next, we have this guard character, the only other character who is not exclusive to this set, also coming within the 2013 version of Arkham Asylum. Surprisingly, the facial expression was also used for a guard character in the 2006 version of Arkham Asylum, as well as for Bruce Wayne, so it's kind of weird that they reuse that twice throughout that particular theme. Though when it comes to the torso piece, that piece also comes within a Spider-Man set from 2014, so either way, a pretty good parts build-up. You get 2 accessories, one being the typical handcuff piece, the other one being a walkie-talkie. No leg printing on those plain dark blue legs. Get the flesh tone for the hands, and also the facial expression. No double-sided facial expression because this figure is technically bald. And we get no back printing, which I mean is totally fine for the torso piece. And again, you can just take a look at the front of the facial expression. Really nice facial expression, typical reuse facial expression from way back in the day. Even saw that a bit in Star Wars, and you get that classic police cap to cap him off. No doubt the reason most people bought this set back in the day was our second ever version of Two-Face, who turned out alright. I mean, one of my biggest complaints with this particular version of Two-Face is the outfit and also the vehicle and the goons all having this orange and purple look. I mean, it's probably based off the comic version at the time, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I definitely prefer the 2006 version, which we only see one of those pieces from that character return, that being this hair piece, which has the dual molding for the black on that side and then the white on the other side. I really love that hair piece, though again, when it comes to that torso, it's just not something to be desired there. I just don't really care for the overall color scheme there. You can also just take a look from the back to see that color scheme continued, and I will just take off the hairpiece to prove that we don't get an alternate facial expression for this character. The one thing that I do have to appreciate here is the inclusion of this 1x1 circular tile for this exclusive coin piece that only comes in this set, which happens to have heads on that side, so then you can have Two-Face throw the heads coin and you lose every time. We also get two goons in this set to go along with Two-Face. Both of them have the same exact outfit build-up. This one also coming with some accessories. You get a stick of dynamite and you get this crowbar there. We also get an exclusive facial expression, which I think is a nice reuse facial expression if you want to reuse that on certain sig figs or whatever. I mean, it's a cool facial expression, still the same. Here's a look at the back, same sort of deal with the color scheme. I don't really care for it, and you get one of those robber caps at the very top of his head. And as for the other one, we have a bit more of a cooler look here with those sunglasses, which have a little bit of a shine to it. Same outfit as the last character we looked at, and the color scheme I have to complain about again just because I don't care for it compared to the one that we got back in 2006. It just fits better in my mind when it comes to Two-Face because it's what I grew up with. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for our minifigure selection. Probably the only other reason why most people ended up getting this set back in the day, other than getting a new Two-Face minifigure, had to be the inclusion of the Batmobile for the first time since 2006 through 2008. Now when it comes to the Batmobile, we've seen it so many times over the last few years. I don't think this is one of their best. Maybe it's one of their most decent ones that they've done. There are some minor flaws which we'll get into momentarily, but we're going to start off with the other two builds where we have a vehicle for Two-Face, which I have to complain about that color scheme again, but we have this bank that we're going to start with. Looking at the bank design, we get quite a few stickers to show off that this is a bank, one on that 2x4 tile piece at the top that says bank. And then we have some dollar signs on these windows, which I mean is a nice overall build-up. Color scheme is nice with that tan overall. You get a little bit of dark gray and black when it comes to the front of it. You get a little bit of gold up there. You have some lights connected by those clip pieces. You can open and close the bank door if you want. I like that door piece. It's a pretty nice one to get in this set. We also have another cool feature from the side, which we'll get to momentarily after looking at the interior of this set, where you have the little safe area, which you can also remove this if you really want to see that it's connected via that studded area. We have some controls here for your guard minifigure. You can toss him behind the wall. And of course you can have customers come in and get their money out of the safe, though of course there is the problem that Two-Face breaks in, where we come back to that lever piece that we had over here, and you can do this, and it breaks the front of the window, which was just connected by those little studs up there, so we can take a closer look at that safe. Looking at the design for the safe, you get a lot of green to represent money. Of course, you have that little area that you can spin to pretend to open this up. We have some stickers from the very side of it, which I think is interesting that they decided to include that as some extra accessories. We have one of these ornament hanger pieces at the very top, which will show why we have that momentarily. You can open this up using those hinge plates, and inside, what do you know, you have $300, which is really great. that you get $300, though that's really nothing when it comes to the LEGO world. Now, the reason why we have an ornament hanger in here is because Two-Face comes along with his truck, which happens to have this little hook at the other side that you can hook on the safe area and then drive away. Now, for the rest of Two-Face's car, we have some more stickers just to get a lot of those details here when it comes to the split color scheme, where we have the little bit of orange from this side, which didn't really turn out too great just because of the coloring of the sticker, but I mean, it's what you get from back in the day. You have some stickers from the side of these tile wall elements there. We have some flick fire missiles, which is something we don't really see too commonly today. All you gotta do is flick, and it goes out into the distance, never to be found again, unless you can grab it and reload it. As such, you don't get any extras, of course. You also get this other type of clip connection, so you can actually bring this down or bring this up, depending on how you're trying to hit the Batmobile in the distance. Again, we have this crane from the very back, which I think is cool. You get a little seat, a little lever to control it, get those different type of clip piece connections to control it at the base, and up here, in addition to at the very base of the little hook area, which is also in a loose connection there, so you can actually swing that side to side as you try to get that safe piece there. We also get some stickers on that just to continue that color scheme that we're going to see overall. We have some little headlights from the very back here, so you can also put those in any direction that you really want to, depending on what way you're looking. We have a seat for your minifigure of Two-Face, and also the steering device. You only sit your one minifigure of Two-Face from that front area, and you can put one of the goons over here and have one of them running along because there's no room for him in the vehicle, unfortunately. But yeah, that's really all that I have to say for this. From the other side, we have a pretend gun, which I really like. You have one of those sort of like pretend rapid fire guns using a lot of those binocular pieces. Of course, you get some wheels from the bottom of this, so then you can actually move it on the ground floor there. And now the last build included is for the Batmobile. We get a sticker from the very front of this slope piece here with your Batman logo. We have some headlights in that translucent yellow, a lot of black because Batman loves to work in black. Get some stickers from the side of these 1x2 cheese slopes. Some more flick fire missiles, which I bet you know how those work at this point. You just flick, and it goes out into the distance, and now it's all the way over there. Also, from the very back of Batman's car, we get some of these giant flame pieces. I like the inclusion of those in the back headlights. You have those different type of clip piece connections just to get these bat wings, which I'm pretty sure were not exclusive. These were previously used on like dragons and stuff like that back in the day. You have some little engines from the back, and of course you got your clip piece connection in order to open the cockpit area, where you have a lot of red for some reason. You get that studded area for Batman, in addition to your steering wheel and this control panel on this slope piece there, so you can toss your minifigure Batman inside. Unfortunately, back in the day, they didn't have those felt cape pieces, so this cape piece, if it stays inside this vehicle for too long, it's gonna get too rumpled up and be destroyed, which is a little unfortunate. You also have to lie Batman back, so unfortunately he can't also hold onto the steering wheel there, which is a little unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. You get those little gaps, which are also kind of annoying, and again, I really feel like they have done a lot more work into designing the Batmobile in the future of the DC theme. No doubt we'll end up seeing another one of those sometime before the end of the year. And needless to say, here's a look at the bottom where you can also see the wheels that you can use to roll this out of the screen. So overall, for $50 back in the day, I think this set was a pretty good deal. You get your first Batmobile since the 2006-2008 era of LEGO Batman. We also get Two-Face for the second time ever in LEGO form. Probably not my favorite design when it comes to the color scheme of the orange and purple, but I mean, it is what it is. You get a small bank build, which is decent for setting the scene. When it comes to the chase that we have here, Batman versus Two-Face, I think it's a nice evenly matched set where you have a good guy versus bad guy, and of course you could combine other sets from this wave to create other play scenes. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!